South African businessman Ben Sassman plans to roll out reflective collars throughout Botswana with the intent to save life on the roads. The reflective collars will be fitted on cattle and they will be more visible to drivers during the night. According to Sassman, the idea came about during his encounter with roaming livestock along the road that nearly caused accidents. Sassman says the reflective collars will help in reducing the high rate of road accidents within the country due to the prevalence of livestock on highways and dust roads.
Sassman, who travels frequently around the country, narrated his various experiences on the roads of Botswana. He said these incidents prompted him to come up with the idea of reflective collars.
In the last 24 months, I've done 48 trips to Botswana. And my first experience, I think the first day I came to Botswana, I drove directly from South Africa through Gaborone to Selebi-Piquet, and I was passing Malape at about 8 p.m. in the evening when I had a close call with some cows on the road. Now, this is not something that we used to in South Africa, finding cattle on our freeways. So it was quite a shock for me, and it caught me off guard. I also had two other encounters. I was traveling from Molepolole to Shoshong around the back way, and also late at night, and the truck in front of me actually knocked into about 6 cows that were congregating on the road, and that also scared me. But the third time it happened to me, I was traveling from Selebi-Piquet to Bobonong, when I was actually almost in a very dangerous situation with some cattle on the road, where I actually left some brake marks on the road. But that's when I decided that, you know, there has to be a simple solution to warn motorists about these livestock that's actually roaming the regional and national roads in Botswana. So that's when I came up with the idea for fitting these livestock with reflective collars. And I did some homework. I looked at other countries that's got similar problems and what they're doing. And the reflective collars was something that some countries were doing. And I contacted the manufacturers and asked them to make a collar that will fit or suit the African climate. Because of the sun and the extreme heat, we needed a special product or a special material that can be out in the sun 24/7. And that's when I came up with the original design. The original design did have a metal buckle on it, but because it became very sturdy, and if a cow should be hooked on the collar and onto a fence or a branch, it would not be able to free itself with a metal buckle. So I switched it over to a plastic buckle, or a clip. So if the cow does get hooked, it will just snap off the cow's neck and not get the cow to actually dehydrate or strangle itself to death.
Sassman intends for farmers to get the reflective collars free of charge. He went on to say he had tested the reflective collars and received positive feedback. He said though it is a temporary solution which will not stop livestock from wandering onto the nation's roads, it will make this animal more visible to drivers at night and save lives.
At the end of the day, I want the farmers to get it free of charge. I do not want the farmers to pay for it, because it's a safety factor and it's here to save lives. So if you're going to ask farmers to pay for it, they might not want to buy it because it's not regulated and it's not a law. The business model is, I've presented these collars to corporate Botswana. I've shown it to the marketing departments of BTC, Mascom, Choppies. I've also showed it to Toyota. Mr. Dada put me in contact with one of these marketing people. So I've shown it around to corporate Botswana, and the plan is that they would pay for the collars, and because the idea is, I've shown them what it will look like branded, because I will brand their company names on here. So it's a marketing tool for them. They can also use it or sell it under or distribute it under their corporate social investment banners. I have engaged the Department of Road Transport and Safety and also the Department of Agriculture. More importantly, agriculture, there's a division called Livestock Monitoring and Backtrack System. Now, this is the department in agriculture for Botswana that monitors all the farms, the cattle farms in Botswana, and also the amount of cattle on these farms, and they monitor the whereabouts of these cattle for domestic consumption and also for exportation in Africa and to Europe. So they've offered to actually distribute these reflective collars through their network, because they've got centers around the country where farmers come and collect those yellow ear tags for the cows, and in that way we can freely distribute this through the Department of Agriculture.
Sassman furthermore said the reflective colors are visible from 1 kilometer away, and it will give drivers at night enough time to react by slowing down or stopping to avoid collisions with stray cattle.
If there's a cow in the road and we see the danger, it takes us 1.5 seconds to react. Now, I've had the I wouldn't say privilege, but more the misfortune of seeing 58 accident reports where there's been cars hitting cows on the freeways, and I've had access to these reports, and nowhere in those reports, all 58 cases, were there brake marks before the cow, before the point of impact, because our bodies cannot react. The braking only starts 25 to 30 meters after the point of impact. So these collars are visible from 1 kilometer away, with a minimal amount of light reflecting on it. So at 120 kilometers per hour, a motorist will have 12 seconds to react. That means they can slow down, stop, swerve, or get out of the way.
In addition, Sassman said roaming livestock within the country is a major challenge, causing fatal vehicle crashes, and in 2018, over 160 deaths were recorded. He went on to say in 2018, 1,012 accidents where motorists collided with livestock were recorded. Hence, the reflective colors comes in as a temporary solution, while the government of Botswana is still working on encouraging farmers to fix their fences along roads. He continued on to say, though managing stray livestock on roads will be a tough exercise, fitting these stray livestock with reflective colors will be an immediate solution and will help save lives. EBotswana News, Gaborone.